YouTuber, somehow one of the most sought after careers. Between the lifestyle, the opportunities, the financial gain, and the clout, there's obviously a lot on the table. I've now donated over $10,000 to the pockets of already successful YouTubers so that I can learn the YouTube game in the most efficient way. And thankfully, it's already paid itself off multiple times over. So today I'm giving you the 5 lessons that I've learned and continue to use that have helped me grow my YouTube channel to the point it's at today in just over 6 months. Now, by far, the highest ROI thing that you can do for your channel is really understanding TTC. This is the basic building block for YouTube, and it stands for thumbnail, title, content, in that order. Now, I know everyone tells you need to make a good thumbnail and title, but they never tell you why it's statistically important. This is a video that I've uploaded on my channel. You may have seen it, but I want you to look at this graph over here on the right. This upper portion of the funnel is called your impressions. Now, an impression is just any time that my title and thumbnail appear on someone's screen. So if this video has shown up on your home screen 3 different times, that's going to count as 3 different impressions. What's interesting about this is if we look at the total views, this video has only, I know this has a lot of views, but only gotten 770,000 views, which is not a lot in comparison to the 10.5 million impressions it's gotten. Now, there are other metrics at play here, like the watch time and the viewer satisfaction, how long the video is keeping people on YouTube, and where the traffic is coming from, and some other metrics as well. But at the end of the day, if people aren't clicking on your video, then none of the content matters. And as you can see here, while this video did perform quite well and brought in a lot of views and got me a lot of subscribers, it's nowhere near the potential where it could have been, especially with 10.5 million impressions. A smaller channel example might be if you're getting 1,000 impressions, but you're only getting 10 views, it's because your title and thumbnail aren't as good as they could be. YouTube has given me here 10.5 million chances for people to click on my video, and only 770,000 people actually ended up clicking. So that should kind of show you the value of the thumbnail and title that I created here. This has really showed me that your audience is out there. You just have to convert them from an impression into a viewer, and the only way that you can do that is through your title and thumbnail. I definitely don't have the best thumbnails and titles, but the video can only be as good as the thumbnail is. The only way to grow is to convert those impressions into viewers of your content. Even the smallest channels can utilize this because you will get impressions. And if those impressions don't turn into views, it just means that your thumbnail and title aren't good enough yet. In order of importance, it goes thumbnail because that gets people to read the title, which gets people to click and consume the content. The content doesn't matter if nobody's gonna see it. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to make videos that nobody watches. Now look at this. I view the thumbnail and title as an ad for the content inside the video, and your ad is competing with all of these other videos from the top creators. This is a super competitive space. These are the most viewed videos with the highest competition and the most enticing thumbnails, and this is what you're competing against. Not only are you competing against these trending videos, but you're also competing against the videos that are specifically tailored to everybody's interests. Pretty much all of the courses that I've taken consider the thumbnail and title to be the highest ROI thing that you can work on to get more views on your channel. And a little bonus tip for the content is with the content itself, the highest ROI thing that I've found is improving the structure. If you can lay out your ideas in a good structure, this will really help your watch time by helping people understand exactly what you're talking about. And at this point, you might be wondering, Alec, I know I need to make a better thumbnail and title, but I don't even know what to make my video about. And I could tell you that it just comes down to your niche, but that's not the full picture. It actually boils down to just having constraints. Picking a niche, hopefully on something that you're knowledgeable and or passionate about, will give you a lot of constraints to help you figure out what videos you should be making and how to speak to your target audience. This also comes back to your TTC, because if you go into your creative process with 0 guidelines, making every single video feels super overwhelming. The first niche that you pick, because it will probably change over time, should just act as guide rails to direct you towards growth. My channel was and still kind of is narrowly focused on Etsy print-on-demand dropshipping. That's just what I can speak on in intricate detail because I've made a good amount of money doing it. Now that I'm gaining a little bit of traction, it'll be more valuable for me to branch out into wider general topics like overall dropshipping, e-commerce, marketing, and so on. Starting super niche has allowed me to talk directly to that target audience, and it allows me to add a ton of unique perspective, which is just my preferred word for value. Now, lesson number 3 is all about putting in reps. Assuming that you have a vague idea of your niche, which again will change over time, you have to consistently become a YouTuber every single day. You're as much of a YouTuber at 2 subscribers as you are at 200,000 subscribers. There's nothing in the algorithm about posting consistently, except for the fact that your viewers will have more content of yours to watch, which will in turn turn into more views and subscribers. See, there's a mental game at play here. You have to be able to make a video and post it and begin working on the next video regardless of how the first video is performing. Consistency allows you to post a video and regardless of the performance, move on to the next. This is so important that I'd recommend scheduling your first video to come out after you've already started working on your second. So if you make weekly videos, you could schedule your first video for Friday and then start working on the next video for the following week. This way, regardless of the performance on the first video, you're already working on the second. So not only will you be kind of beating the mental game of worrying about performance, but you'll also be mastering your craft. Making videos is not a natural skill that anybody is born with. You have to learn your style, how to make a thumbnail, a title, how to make edits, and do all of these things, and you only learn it by doing the reps. After each video, you're gonna be a little bit better at each part of the process, and eventually you won't suck and you'll start getting views. Just like a lot of other creators, I've had other YouTube channels in the past that I wasn't successful with. Over the last 5 years or so, I've probably made over 200 videos that never got any traction. And I mean like more than 3 views. Every video that you make and then post is like doing another rep in the gym. It doesn't look like you've made any progress at first, and then all of a sudden overnight, it kind of looks like you've built muscle. And again, this process never really stops because you'll continue making videos until you're successful. And once you're there, you're gonna keep making videos and improving and innovating. The process of consistency never stops. If you're at 200,000 or 2 million subscribers, you're always going to be pushing for that next level. Now, probably my most controversial opinion compared to what you'll hear is that you shouldn't have your friends or family watch your videos. Now, what I mean by this is when you get feedback from your current friend group or peers, it's likely going to be biased. They're going to make you feel good about the content you're posting instead of telling you how bad it really is. If it's not performing well, there's a reason for it. If you do have creator friends or you're in some kind of creator community, then it can be helpful to get technical feedback, but all of my success has come from posting videos and analyzing the data. If I post a video and it has a really bad view to impression rate, then I have to update the thumbnail and title. If you aren't getting a good enough watch time, then you have to improve the structure of the content. The other thing I noticed really early on is that when you have your friends be some of your first viewers on a video, it kills the recommendation algorithm for that content. Let's say I post a niche video about e-commerce. If the first 20 views are just a group of my friends that only watch Minecraft videos, YouTube is going to get really confused and start recommending my video to a bunch of other people who like Minecraft videos. They'll never click on it and YouTube will kill the video. From my experience, it's just better to let YouTube's algorithm work its magic and push your video out to the public, who's your target audience anyway. Even the videos on this channel that you're watching, I didn't tell any of my friends about it early on. I just started making content and uploading it, and that worked way better than telling my friends about it and having them watch and leave a like and give me their feedback. Again, you're probably not just making videos for your friends, it's for a larger audience, so let them see the video and then analyze the data to get better. The final thing I've learned is that it takes a really long time to learn the YouTube game, but you can drastically shrink the amount of time that you'll spend failing by buying courses. Now, I've spent about $10,000 this year on courses, and it's the best financial decision I've made for this business. Some courses are only a couple $100s, some are a bit more, but even the total $10,000 investment has paid itself off many times over. It's one of those things where it's totally worth buying if you're already committed to growing. The courses kind of give you all of the ingredients that you need, but then it's still your job to bake the cake. I always remember that I'm buying the ingredients and not the cake. You can learn everything that you need online for free, but by doing that, it is going to take you a lot longer to find all of the correct information that you actually need to grow, and each time you encounter a challenge, it's going to open that door up for you to feel like quitting. Each one of the courses that I've bought have not given me superpowers, but even the bad ones have gotten me one step closer to growing my channel in the easiest, simplest, most systematic way I can. I just found the most successful channels in the niche that I wanted to be in and bought their course. I know some people have an eye roll or a gross gut reaction to hearing about a course, but it's just about perspective. If I spend $500 on a course, but then use it to grow my monthly income by $500, that's a better investment than any stock can make you. Each year, that's a reoccurring 12x on that $500 investment. I look at the courses like a ticket to board a train. Each train gets me closer to my final destination, and while I could walk the whole way, it would just take me a lot longer. Steve Jobs said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do and keep taking small steps towards your goal." I think that by learning the basics of TTC, finding a specific niche to give me constraints, consistently playing the YouTube game and not falling into mental traps, focusing on my videos and not getting biased feedback, and by buying courses is exactly how I reached over 200,000 subscribers in about half a year. Comment down below if I should talk more about these YouTuber courses or just courses in general, and let me know what you want to hear me talk about next. This is a real play button, I just haven't opened it yet. I don't know why, I think the box looks cooler, so we're just gonna keep it like that.